Hey everyone, thanks for reading this month's article, How I Got the Shot for the Wedding Edition. And if you didn't figure it out already, if you read the article, this was taken with a drone. And this is the future. This is what we're looking at when it comes to the world of photography. And I know it sounds crazy to think about because when we talk about drone photography or just drones in general, we're typically talking about video footage. And we use our drones for video coverage. But by using a drone for photography, you are now able to bring unique perspective that is almost impossible with just still photography or your typical DSLR camera. To get that perspective, you're talking about a lot of tools and equipment that are needed to get up that high, to get that angle down on your client. And so this allows you really quickly and simply to incorporate new perspective, if you will, to your still or wedding day coverage. Now, I don't want you to believe that that's all we do is we run around with drones and we're taking imagery. And of course, local laws are gonna prevail here. And right now, here's the challenge. If you're using drones, the laws are not crystal clear, and where we end up, there's no telling where we're going to end up, because now you can actually fly drones, and they've got range extenders where you could be 2-3 miles away flying these drones. Now, I wouldn't advocate that at all. For us, it's got to be line of sight. We have to see that drone, and we're typically in a very closed environment, meaning I'm not trying to fly a drone over a stadium or anything like that without having that permission. So these are laws that are going to flush themselves out over time, and that's okay. What you should be doing is looking at how can you use drones to incorporate and enhance both your wedding day coverage. So you want to incorporate that into your packages. We have a client who just recently booked us, and all they were talking about was drones. It was as if the rest of my photography and the rest of our video didn't exist. All they were concerned with, will the drone be there? Will the drone be there? I think we answered the question about the drone 5 times during our sales presentation. And I had to finally say, the drone is part of our standard coverage. We don't charge extra for it. Of course, we will do our best to put the drone in the air. It depends on weather. If it's raining, storming, obviously we can't put that drone up. Now, all that being said, take a look at this shot that we created. Here are some of the limitations. We are using the built-in camera that came with the DJI. And so we're using that built-in camera. Well, you're not getting this huge file off of it. It's a 10 or 12 megabit or megapixel file. It's just not that big if you want to start blowing things up. We printed this image you see on the cover in a 15 by 30, and we showcased this at one of our recent bridal shows. Now, the image you're seeing on the cover is zoomed in to give it a different ratio, right? That's not the way it's shot. It's shot your typical 4 by 6. And so we printed this and cropped it as a 15 by 30, and brides at a local bridal show went berserk for it. Why? Because it looks different than anything else out there. And that's the beauty of it. Now, these are JPEG files. These are not necessarily raw files the way we think of them. For that, you'd have to put your DSLR on a drone. It's a much bigger drone to carry that payload, and much bigger drone means a little bit more difficult to fly, and of course there's more risk there. They're more expensive. So if God forbid anything happens, and I can tell you I've crashed this drone multiple times, not for lack of trying to be safe. It's a drone. You're flying it. It's not going to always be perfect. Right now, I'm a little chicken, and I'm not interested in putting up a $5,000 to $8,000 DSLR up in the air. What I like about the DJI is it's up in the air, super quick. It's super compact. So it allows us to be wherever we are and get this thing airborne pretty much in under 5 minutes. That's powerful. You want to be up and going. You don't want your bride to sit there and have to wait, or your couple to sit there and have to wait while you're putting propellers on, while you're assembling the camera, or if you're using GoPro. Man, you just want to be up and going, get your picture, and now down and back in the case really, really quickly. Plus, that'll help you if you're shooting in areas where, I don't want to say you're not supposed to, but in areas where it's a little bit more public space, you don't want to inconvenience everybody who's there with just noise pollution, because the minute you put this thing up, it sounds like a wasp just under attack, right? I mean, it's like a bad movie. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the article. I hope you push yourself and get interested in drone photography. I think as a photographer myself, I think these are the kind of things I look forward to enhance my coverage and take it to that next level. Enjoy.